Back on Trojans Live here at the Lab. Jordan Moore and John Jackson, and this segment of Trojans Live is brought to you by Allstate. The Trojans are in good hands with Jake Olson, and we are so happy to be joined by Jake, the newest member of the team, and it's a long time coming, Jake. You know, you've been a part of this program for a long time now, and what a story. You know, Pete Carroll brought you in, and now you're really a Trojan. You know, you came out in the pads on Saturday. You know, what does it all mean to you?
Well, I mean, obviously it's a dream come true to say the least. Growing up a Trojan fan, idolizing these players, this program as a little kid, and then being part of the team back in 2009 when I was going through my darkest hours, just having the team there and being part of the team back then to now where I'm actually a player and part of the roster and contributing and part of the team. It is absolutely a dream come true. It's I can't even put it into words practically.
You know, Jake, we've gone back a ways now because I used to cover you doing high school football as well. Just give me the feeling and the emotion of what it was like to come out of that tunnel, onto the field for the first time.
Well, it gives me chills every time to hear the crowd going crazy and the fight song being played, and how many times have I sat up in the Coliseum seats and watched the USC team run out and idolize those guys, and so to be in the mix and to be down in the tunnel and to be rocking back and forth and then to run out into the crowd, it's an unbelievable feeling. The crowd's awesome, and yeah, it trust me, I can visualize it. I can visualize it every time.
How has this team accepted you, as you've joined the team? Because, I mean, some of them have really said some wonderful things. How have you felt, assimilating into this group? Yeah,
it's been awesome. We are a team, and I'm part of the team, and they've really made me feel like it. Every special teams, just practicing with them, they've made sure that I've gotten there and just put some good practice in, and will continue to do so. Everywhere from big name players like you see, like Juju or Cody or Antoine Woods or whoever it may be, to players you never even heard before that are walk-ons, that they're making sure that wherever I'm going, I know where I'm going, I have the right stuff, I'm doing okay, and it's an awesome time just in my life to be on the team. I've always enjoyed football camaraderie, and I really am a part of the team, and they're making me feel like it.
Has it sank into you of what a big impact your story has become? I mean, not just here at USC, just nationally. I mean, even at halftime where they recognized all the scholarships with Swim with Mike. I saw you when you're walking back to the sideline. Every section that you walked by, the fans stood up and cheered. I mean, do you realize how big has this moment been for you?
I mean, I really don't try to focus too much on that. I mean, obviously I have a job to do, and that's just to get better and to keep fighting forward and take challenges and overcome them. But it's when I do hear people be inspired, when it does have national news, or when people cheer for me, and it really in return inspires me, knowing that I'm impacting their lives. I'm here to motivate people. I'm here to set an example of anyone out there who's going through adversity or any type of challenge, just to say, hey, listen, no matter what you're going through, don't let it stop you. Life will give you things that are unfair, and life will hit you hard, but it's about getting back up. It's about not letting that stop you. And so when people get this recognition of my story, I really just want them to have that aspect of just being motivated by me, because that's what I want.
Well, I want to know how you learned to do what you do. And correct me if I'm wrong. You were a two-sport athlete in high school. You played golf and football, right?
Yes, sir.
Golf, you had played while you still had sight in one eye. Is that correct?
Yes.
So you had played that, but I'm guessing you had not long snapped before you lost your sight.
I played center, so I mean, I thought I knew how to long snap a little bit, but the very first time I tried, that was far from the truth.
So tell me how the mechanics of both, and having experience in one and not in the other, how you learned how to long snap, and how you became a golfer who shoots in the 80s, which that's a front nine.
I'm
for
trying
me.
to shoot in the 80s.
Well, the thing with long snapping is it similar with golf is it's all feel. it's pretty much, to simplify, a machine, right? And, you know, long snapper, any golfer, you talk about Tiger swing, Jordan swing, Jason Day swing, whatever it is, they're a machine. They're replicating that same swing over and over and over again, and they're getting great results. And same with long snappers. You ask any long snapper out there, sure, a lot of them look at the holder, look at the punter when they're snapping the ball, but they're not relying on that to snap the ball. They are relying on completely their feel. And so it's about being a machine, having that muscle memory to do it over and over again. And so when I learned how to long snap, it was just about learning the mechanics and getting the distance down, feeling the right distance, and then working on the spiral and feeling, you know, just having my hands come through and just get a good spiral on the ball, and, you know, do that 5,000-10,000 times, and you're going to get muscle memory, and it just kind of becomes natural. And same with golf. You know, golf is it's a very challenging thing, as everyone knows.
I know.
Yeah, and so you know, trust me, there's been frustrating times in both long snapping and golf where it's just things aren't going as well, and you know, you put in practice and it's just not going as well. But you know, like I said before, you know, it's not going to stop me. And so I progressed, and in golf, it's been awesome just to go out there and practice hard and see it show up on the course, and yeah, shoot in the 80s, and you know, have a couple 9-hole rounds in the 30s, and it's awesome just being out there and seeing practice, you know, coming to the course.
You know, Jake, I've heard so many great stories about you this week, but tonight I heard probably one of the most impressive ones. Halftime of the game on Saturday night, you gave an impressive speech. Give us the Cliff Notes version of what you said.
Well, you know, I was just firing the guys up. You know, Quebec is my guide dog, and he's in the locker room, and
Quebec is like the new. I mean, Traveler's going to get jealous.
I know.
I hear
That's
him
what I said.
barking when we come up the
Traveler and
tunnel.
Quebec are going to be in arguments here. Yeah, this will be a huge thing. Either Quebec or Traveler. You know, it's Team Quebec. No, we gotta love Traveler. But I was getting Quebec, and I heard a couple of the Stanford coaches talking, and it really fired me up, because I just didn't feel like they were giving us the respect we deserve. So I was firing the guys up, just telling them, listen, you know, we got to finish this thing. And we came out with some fire. Unfortunately, just we didn't execute a few things, but you know, I realize that I'm an inspiration, and I want to use that to motivate the team. And so I do want to get in there and fire them up, because I know a lot of them look up to me, and I look up to them just the same. And so I want to get in there and fire them up, because, like I said, I want to contribute and compete in every way I can.
Well, they came out and had 3 consecutive tackles for loss to start the second half. Yeah. So that was the best defense they played all night. And Jake's speech certainly worked. Thank you so much for joining us, Jake. Forget 2 points for safety, drop to 20%, because with Allstate safe drivers with a good driving record can save up to 20% on car insurance with a distinguished driver discount, and that's on top of other discounts. So don't wait. Call the Tyler Cross Allstate Insurance Agency today. Thank you so much, Jake Olson. When we come back, we're going to change directions a little bit. Time to talk some early hoops with Jordan McLaughlin and Benny Boatwright.